Hey folks, this is Spencer Cox with Photography Life. I'm joined by fellow Photography Life writer Jason Polak, and today we have a little bit of a challenge for ourselves. We're going to try to memorize how a JPEG photo was edited and then recreate those edits from the raw file. So Jason can explain a little bit more.
Very exciting, Spencer. We've got two files, a JPEG and a RAW, and we only are going to give ourselves about 1 minute to look at this JPEG file, and we're going to see how it was edited, and then we're going to switch to the RAW, and hopefully, from memory, we'll recreate the edits. So I'm very excited to try it. I've never tried it before, and I'm not sure how close we can get, but I'm very excited to try.
Let's flip into our post-processing software, and then thank you also to Photography Life writer Massimo Vinoli for sending us these files. I've got the JPEG pulled up here on my end, and it looks really nice. We've got a little duckling or a little swan. I don't know. You're the bird guy. It's a swan chick. Very cute.
Looks like a mute swan, but I'm not sure. Very cute indeed.
So in terms of the processing, I'm definitely getting kind of a brighter sort of vibe. I feel like maybe some whites, highlights, stuff like that was boosted some.
Actually, one thing I noticed, I do feel that the tonal range in the whites is a little flattened, so you get a lot more of that flat style. There's not a lot of tonal variation in the lighter range, so that's something.
Yeah.
Maybe darkening in the corners, perhaps.
Oh yeah, there is some vignetting, I think. Yeah.
It looks fairly soft, I think. I would say not too much color boost, not too much saturation, so we got to watch also for the red in the peak. I think let's notice the red, that it doesn't become too saturated also. I'm going to keep my eye out for that.
I'm also paying attention to kind of these green tones. Like, it does strike me that there have been some sorts of split toning or something like that applied, because I definitely don't think that all of these colors are shot out of camera. There's a little bit of style to them, you know what I mean?
Well, it could be some reflections from the green, but it does seem to have to me, the green does have a slight amount of maybe a red tinge to it. I'm not entirely sure, but I think we better maybe look at those key areas, like the green area. I think that those areas could use some attention, especially with color, that we don't push it too much in the wrong direction.
All right, that sounds like we've looked at it enough to have a general idea. So, are you ready to flip to the raw file, try our hand at the edit?
Well, I'm ready to try it out, Spencer. Let's try it out.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so yeah, that's a very, very interesting.
I'm gonna try to recreate the crop before I forget.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I feel like there was just a little bit of a crop.
I think so, just a slight amount, maybe a little. I think it was a little more cropped off on the left, maybe. So I'm gonna try that. But there's still enough. But the top of I don't think the top was cropped at all because it's touching the neck of the swan.
I agree. I don't think the top was really cropped. I definitely think some along the right was sort of cropped out, and the photo does seem like it was tilted a little bit. Okay, I'm happy with my crop, I would say. I don't know about you.
Me too. I don't know. I rotated it a little bit. I don't know if I should tell you, but I rotated by minus 0.43 degrees.
Okay, I did. I rotated it by plus 0.24 according to Lightroom.
Oh, I see.
So I don't know if we rotated in opposite directions or just Lightroom and Darktable describe it differently, but that could be worrying.
It could be.
I am boosting contrast. Are you?
Yeah, and I think for me, for sure, I can notice, although the highlights look about sort of right at the start, I think that I need definitely some more blacks here.
Yeah, I think darkening the blacks seems correct. Boosting contrast maybe a little. Are you touching the exposure at all?
I did lift the exposure, but keep in mind that Lightroom also applies, I think, some default base curve that Darktable doesn't.
Right.
So mine looked underexposed from the start.
Okay.
So that's why I did have to apply some exposure, but you may not have to.
I'm thinking I'm probably not going to. It's pretty close to what I remember the exposure being.
And now I think my crop, now looking at it again, I think my crop was a little bit off, so I'm adjusting that a little bit.
Oh boy. Are we already falling like way off of what it should be?
Oh, I think I just don't feel like it's very close to the original yet, unfortunately. I still feel like there's something seriously off here. I am going to boost the color a little bit.
It definitely doesn't have the same colors as the JPEG yet. But I also am not finding that changing vibrance, saturation, or white balance are really getting it where I want it to be.
I see. Yeah, that's interesting. You know, I think in terms of the highlights though, there's something very I think remember we talked about the highlights being a little flat,
Yeah.
a little sort of soft. I think I need to boost a little bit of that highlights range and crush maybe the highlights a little bit to get that soft look that Massimo was getting in his photo. And I can't really get that.
You know how I mentioned briefly that I thought there might be some split toning? I still kind of think that. So I'm going to go to the color grading section of Lightroom and see if split toning sort of gets that greenish color back that I was remembering.
Do you think it's too red in the top right green corner? Do you think that's too red or do you think it's too green?
I just remember getting more of like a cinematic sort of look from the edit, and I don't think that there's a way to do that just with vibrance, saturation, and color temperature. I think that there was some split toning applied.
I thought there was a little bit of red in the greens. Maybe that's wrong. I'm using sort of like a RGB curve and decreasing the greens and the shadows. I don't know if that's really a good idea. You know, one other thing I think we got to keep in mind though is I really think that the blues had more somehow like a soft whiter texture. For me, at least on my screen, the blues look a little too blue. I wonder if he used any masks also.
Oh, he definitely might have. Yeah. I'm a little scared to try because I feel like any mask I try is going to just be completely wrong.
Wait a minute though. I don't know if you noticed, there seems to be some kind of dark smudge in the corner. I think that was cloned out.
I didn't notice that at all in the raw file, so I think it was either cloned or maybe had like a local brush adjustment to brighten it. But I agree with that. I will try to boost that.
I'm just gonna clone it out. After all, this is desperate times.
Okay, that seems reasonable. I'm going to avoid any other local adjustments. I'm just worried that any that I try are just going to be completely wrong.
I think also the original image was warmer than mine. Mine looks cool. Maybe it does need. Maybe I started off with too cool a color temperature. I'm not sure.
No, I think you're right. Now I'm kind of forgetting what the original looked like. Oh boy.
I do, but I know it wasn't anywhere close to what I'm doing.
Oh no. Okay. I kind of don't remember the chick being so yellow or vibrant. I almost
Yellow.
remember
That's
it being
right.
more desaturated.
More white. Maybe it needs more desaturation of desaturation of the highlights and more. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It does look very yellow somehow. I agree. Maybe there was some kind of local thing applied there too. I don't know.
I think that as time is going by, my edits are getting less and less accurate. But
Well, I think as time is going by, my memory of the original JPEG is going less and less accurate
that's
too.
my problem. That's the problem. Okay, I decided to break my rule. I am going to do a local adjustment on the baby chick, and I'm going to reduce the saturation some because I don't remember it having saturation on it.
I feel like the chick also needs a little bit of brightening, but I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, I think you're right.
Because that's the main subject, right? So I've got a feeling that there could have been some brightening there, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. Oh boy, okay. I think I may have edited it too green as a whole, but I suppose that I'm getting close to what I would consider the final edit.
This is harder than I thought.
Yeah.
I'm going to increase the contrast a little bit more. Maybe the contrast... Yeah, I think the contrast is boosted a little bit more.
I do think he boosted the contrast for sure. I'm also going to add the vignette that we talked about. Just a little bit of vignetting, nothing crazy.
That's not a bad idea. Mine already feels a little bit too dark in the corners. Maybe I'll lessen that originally, now that I boosted the contrast. It wasn't that dark. I remember it wasn't that dark.
No, like the photo as a whole was pretty bright, but somehow I'm getting like dark feelings from my edit. So I'm kind of worried. Oh boy.
Yeah, I feel it's a little dark. And the water, I know the water doesn't look quite the same as it did in the JPEG.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like it was more soft somehow. I just feel the softness is missing. It feels too contrasty, too textured. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it's a matter of tonal manipulation, what he did there. I wish I could see the original, you know.
I know. I think seeing the original one more time would be enough to kind of know where I'm going wrong, but unfortunately, that's not part of the challenge.
No, it's not. We gotta live with what we remember.
Yeah. All right. I think in probably less than a minute, I'll be ready to do the reveal. Not that I'm super optimistic about how it's gonna look.
Yeah, I think so too. I kind of got it looking sort of like the original, but I know for a fact the waveform does not look anything like the waveform I remember. I think I remember the waveform better than the picture. So I think there's going to be some serious problems with mine.
Well,
Hmm.
we will find out momentarily. I think finishing touches. Time for the finishing touches, and then we'll do the reveal.
I think I'm as close as I'm going to get. I think if I edit it more, I think I'm going to mess up this edit. I think I'm going to really mess up this edit.
Yeah, I think I may already have messed up this edit, but do you want to do the honors and do the first reveal?
I do very much want to. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen then. So I'm going to share. Okay, sharing the screen. And
Okay.
let's let's see. Oh,
Ah, you actually
that's
got the
so.
contrast all right. I think the colors are a little off.
Oh yeah, I think I thought it was a little too red and I pushed it to the red side. It's actually quite terrible. I think the colors. Mine look like I have a significant red split toning, which was not the case. The photo was actually a lot more green.
So instead of doing side by side, can you flip between them from left to right? Because I want to check the crop that you came up with.
Yeah, okay, so this is Massimo's
Okay.
version, and this is my version.
Let's flip between them one more time to see the crop. I
One,
mean, you got the crop pretty
two.
much correct, I think.
Yeah, the crop actually is quite
That's
close, but the
nice.
colors are so off. It's actually shocking to me to see. I'm
Colors are a little
embarrassed that I
rough.
even added so much. I added so much red to it, and then I just started editing, and I didn't realize it started getting this red hue,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's just it's messed up. I'm almost sure you got the colors better than I did.
The
I'm
colors
almost
maybe,
sure of
but I
it.
think I definitely screwed up the contrast. Let me share the screen with mine and I'll show you because
I'm so
it's
excited to
not
see this.
perfect. Okay, so this is my edit, and let's see. That's Massimo's.
Okay, let's see. Can we see side by
Well,
side for a
I got
sec?
the colors maybe more correct. I definitely got the crop very wrong. Yeah, let me show them to you side by side here.
Your colors are so close. You're good at this. You're good at this.
My crop was off though. I don't know.
It does seem that both of ours had a little bit more. I think there was just a little bit more sort of softness in the highlights that we didn't capture. It looks so silky smooth. I was focusing on capturing that, and I couldn't get it.
I'm gonna have to ask Massimo next time I talk to him how he did that in the highlights, because that is something I think neither of us really managed to duplicate.
I'm really impressed by your colors, nonetheless. They were good. Mine are just horrendous.
Well, there you go. Kind of an interesting exercise. Neither of us really got it perfect. Some pros and cons to each of our approaches, but I thought that was kind of fun. So if you liked this video, by the way, don't forget, we also have a Patreon page. We're doing ebooks, online workshops, 7 photography tips every week, a million other things. That's it for the little advertisement, but I hope that you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.